My name is Melissa Ludwig, and today I'm going to be going over the 21-Day Fix, the Portion Fix meal plan, which is the meal plan that comes with the 21-Day Fix. It can be kind of confusing when you first get it, and I actually talked to a lot of people that have the program and have never used the containers. They've never opened it up because it seems confusing or hard or whatever, but it is super simple, guys. So I have all my containers here. You have all your colors. We count colors, not calories. It's a new way of life. It's brilliant. Favorite containers right here. Your healthy fats and your carbs. So like my cheeses, my avocado, and all the carbs. I can have a yellow the size of my house every day, I swear. Okay, so you also got one of these, a 21-Day Fix eating plan. So you open up your eating plan, and for those of you, I will post this in our challenge group. So if you don't have a 21-Day Fix, let me know, and there's a way that we can find the equivalents, or you can tell me. You can send me a private message with your weight, and we can see how many containers. I see you! Yay! And I can tell you how many containers that you're supposed to have a day. And why this container system is so brilliant is because if you're eating healthy and you're eating clean, your food doesn't come with labels. So we really want to try to get away from all my food has labels. So just reading the labels and counting calories is really hard if you're actually eating pretty healthy. So this is brilliant because if somebody tells me that I need to eat 1,200 to 1,500 calories a day, that's not happening. Like, I'm not keeping track of that. I'm just not. I don't write down my food. That's just not something that's going to work for me. And this really worked for me because even if I wasn't writing it down, I was always aware. The biggest number I have is 4. I can count to 4 every day. So it was really easy for me. So in your eating plan, we lost Chelsea. I saw her and then we lost her. So on page 4, you're going to figure out your calorie level. And I'll give you guys a little cheat sheet here. So you take your current weight in pounds times 11. That's your caloric baseline. Your caloric baseline plus 400. So that number plus 400, which is your fixed calorie burn from your workouts. And that is what you need every day, that number. Then you take that number minus 750, which is your calorie deficit, and that is your target. So you're going to get a number, let's say mine's somewhere between 1,200 to 1,499. So I'm somewhere in there. And so then I go to page, my book's falling apart. I use it all the time. Go to page 19, and it's going to have your little chart here. So to recap real quick, on page 4, you enter in your weight times 11. Then you add 400, then you minus 750. That's going to give you a number. Then you find that number in these top categories up here. Again, if you don't have the 21-Day Fix, just let me know, and we can figure out your container count for the day. So then it tells me I'm in this lowest category, but whenever I started, I think I was either in the 3rd or the 2nd. So as you get smaller, your containers you will have less and less. So it tells me I need 3 greens, 2 purples, 4 red, 2 yellows, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 2 teaspoons. So that's what I need every day. And then in the group, you'll see we have those, we have these, which are in the back and a little hard to copy. So we have these in the files in our challenge group, which is a great way to keep it with you. So it has the day and it has all your colors up top, and then you just mark down how many you've had that day. You can also, if you're home, I have a dry erase board, and I just write like the first letter of every color, and then I have like 4 boxes, and then I just put a check in them. on my dry erase board on the fridge every day. That's a great way to keep track of them at home. They also have tons of apps for 21 Day Fix to keep track of your containers throughout the day if you're having problems with that. So then how do I plan my meals? Same exact way I would any other day. I keep in mind, okay, I only get 2 yellows. So if I have a yellow for lunch, then I only get 1 yellow for dinner. And if I had a yellow for lunch and a yellow for snack, then I need to find a yellowless dinner. The only restrictions that it has is it suggests that you do not eat your yellows or your purples after 6 o'clock. So your carbs and your fruits, you need to consume those before 6 p.m. because they have a lot of sugar. And our body will not process that before we go to bed, and it'll just add on weight. So your body will not burn off that sugar in time for bed. So no purples or yellows after 6. So if you're planning on having a drink after 6, that's a cheat yellow. Okay, so keep in mind, you do get cheat yellows. You have yellows that you can swap out for chocolate morsels or wine. But if you're doing that, most of the time, those are after 6 o'clock, which is fine because this is a lifestyle. Every night, you're not going to stop, you're not going to do this every day. But the point is you're aware of it. So how many times a week are you having carbs past 6? How many times are you having dinner at 7 o'clock and you're having carbs every day? How many times are you having a drink at night, and how many are you having? And I'm not saying, I'm a recovered alcoholic, so it was always like 3, 4. I don't know the meaning of one drink. So, for me, that was a big thing. My late night, it was just a glass or 2 of wine, but it was a glass or 2 of wine and something to eat with it, which was a yellow. So now here I am having like 4 yellows, like right before I go to bed. So it just, it really put things into perspective for me, and I really like that. So then it goes through and it gives you examples of all your greens and all your reds and all your purples and all your colors. So I'll just read down the greens. It's kale, collard greens, spinach, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, asparagus, beets, tomatoes. Tomatoes are a green. Squash, winter squash, string beans, peppers, carrots, cauliflower, artichokes, eggplant, okra, jicama, I don't even know what that is. Snow peas, cabbage, cucumber, celery, lettuce, not iceberg. Iceberg lettuce is essentially water, and it has no value, no nutritional value for you. So if you're an iceberg lettuce fan, if you eat iceberg lettuce salads, you're basically eating a bowl of water. Congratulations. You officially eat like a rabbit. So don't eat that. Mushrooms, radishes, onions, and sprouts. So all of those are greens. So even if you're a picky eater, this meal plan is amazing for picky eaters because you get to pick what your vegetables are. You get to pick what your fruits are. You get to pick what your meats are. So you're not getting a menu every day that you have to make something else that somebody else planned or prepped and used 2 ingredients that you'll never use again. Like, this is a beautiful meal plan because you still get to pick your meals. So the purples. Purples are your fruits. This one's interesting. Not all of them go in the purple container. Bananas are really high in sugar. So half a banana is 1 purple. So you put half a banana in your shake in the morning. That's 1 purple. And then, I get 2 purples a day. If I know that I'm going to be running around or I don't have any other fruit in my house, I throw a whole banana in my shake and bam, there's my purples. I find that I struggle with purples and greens the most to get them in. So if you do, you can put a full banana or berries in your shake in the morning. Shakes are a great place to hide containers. A whole green of kale. So when your kale is starting to turn, or your spinach or whatever leaf lettuce it is, when it's starting to turn, put it in a freezer bag, put it in the freezer, and then just throw in a handful. This is 1 cup. So you can use a green container, but also the beauty of this is, after you're doing it consistently for 3 weeks using your containers, you can eyeball it. So you learn the portions. You don't use these containers for everything. And they also always have lids. They all come with lids. So you can take them with you on the go. So I want to take a snack. I want to take carrots and hummus. So I'm taking my carrots and I'm taking my hummus. And bam, I have a 21 Day Fix approved snack on the go in containers already. So yeah, so you could throw your kale in your smoothies, and then a couple great yellow list dinners are spaghetti squash and grandma's tomato sauce and meat and veggies. That is a carbless dinner. Also, my family really likes zucchini tacos. Those are in the meal plans. So that's, your zucchini is your taco shell, actually. It's kind of like a zucchini boat. They look more like a boat than a taco if you've never seen them. And then I love just eggs, greens, and veggies. Scrambled eggs with some cooked greens. Cook your greens in a pot with olive oil and garlic. So good. The whole pot of greens will shrink down to about this much. So no, you're not crazy. You may throw like 3 or 4 of them in there, and then after it's cooked, when you cook your vegetables, you do lose some of the nutrients. So, but with that kind of stuff, you measure it raw. Okay. So people ask me all the time, okay, well, what if you're making a dinner like a casserole? Well, I'm just keeping in mind what ingredients I'm putting in there. And then I know like how much, okay, so let's say I make zucchini lasagna, which is bomb, by the way. Amazing. Love it. So let's say I make zucchini lasagna. Well, I know that's capping out my blues because that's my cheese. And I'm going to have greens, and I'm going to have, I think sauce is a purple, but tomatoes are a green, so I'm actually not sure. Salsa is a purple. And then also, like, if that's a question that you have, that's a question that you post in the group. Like, what color is salsa? And in our challenge groups, we have people all the time. They're like, I'm out ordering lunch. What color is this? And somebody chimes in and, helps them out. Because, it's a little bit of a learning process because edamames, a carb, not a vegetable. They're green. Hate it. What else? All your beans, your corn, peas, all yellows. So that's interesting. Things that I always thought were vegetables are now carbs to me, and that changes the game completely. So it's cool that way too. You really get to learn, okay, like Greek yogurt, it's a red, it's a protein. So, eggs, protein. And it doesn't say anything about throwing out the yolks. It does have a separate thing. If you want to do egg whites only, it tells you, either the container or how many. Shakeology is a red, and then whatever you add to it. So, and in the yellow section, you can have crackers, you can have couscous, you can have pasta, you can have oatmeal, you can have corn on the cob, you can have potatoes, you can have wild rice, brown rice, refried beans, edamames, peas, lentils, beans, quinoa, yams, sweet potato. And that was a regular potato too. Pita bread, whole grain. Bread, whole grain. Cereal, whole grain. Waffles, whole grain. Pancakes, whole grain. English muffin, whole grain. Bagel, whole grain. Tortilla, whole wheat. Tortilla, corn. So that's still a crap ton of carbs. There's no saying no bread. There's no saying, you're not taking anything out. And that's the beautiful thing, because this is not a diet. It's a lifestyle. So you're just learning what, when we were in elementary school and we learned the food groups, guaranteed, like, nobody remembered. Like, and even in the food pyramid, they were like, okay, this many servings, even that kind of stuff has changed. And then you don't know portion. So like doing this for 3 weeks, it takes 21 days to create a habit. You're filling your food in here for 3 weeks, and you're learning what kinds of foods, what categories foods are actually in. And you're finding healthy substitutions. So you find whole grain pasta instead of regular pasta, or, whole wheat pancakes instead of regular pancakes. Like, does it really matter? Guess what? Maple syrup, clean. You can have maple syrup, you can have honey, you can have all these things. There are a lot of clean things that are sweet. We made pumpkin bread that was completely clean. We didn't even use any sugar. We used honey to sweeten it. So are these things a treat? Yes, but they're still clean. You're still able to make these kind of foods without having a bunch of processed crap in the making. So it's, when people are, and then actually, I get this all the time. People are like, I have to eat how much food? That's the biggest thing on this. And yes, you need to eat that much. Most people, when they struggle with nutrition, most people do not eat enough. And that's the problem. That was the big problem for me. I skipped breakfast. I had coffee. I had like a Slim Fast meal bar for lunch because I would always work through lunch. I'm a freaking workaholic. And then at like 2:33, I'd like crash because I'm hangry. And then I would eat something, probably on the go because I'm a marketer. And then I would like gorge myself for dinner and then be in a carb-induced coma like overnight. Like, and I was like, well, I'm eating, you know, I have a vegetable every night. I'm eating, and we thought we were eating healthy. This fixed program really showed me like that I wasn't eating enough. I'm supposed to have 4 servings of vegetables a day. I was having 1, 2. I mean, if you count my shake, 2, but it's a red. I mean, I know it's chocolate covered veggies, but, so it really, you know, it really showed me on, I eat too many yellows and I don't eat enough fruits and veggies. And I was a pretty healthy eater, but I mean, there are things that I didn't know that were yellows, or like a piece of bread. 1 piece of bread is 1 yellow. So if you have a sandwich, if I have a sandwich, that knocks me out for the whole day. So I started making bunless burgers. We would do romaine hearts and then burgers and then a tomato and then another romaine heart, or I would eat it with a fork. We do burgers on greens all the time. So it's a carbless dinner. And I put so much stuff on it that I don't miss it. Or I use the carb in something else. Because if you have a hamburger and fries, that is 3 yellows. And that's if you're only fitting your fries in here. And fries aren't even on the fix. So even if you're cheating, like you're still aware of, you know, I haven't used these actual containers probably for a year. But I even did the 21-day fix last November, I think it was. But I knew enough in my head, serving size is enough. First of all, my rice, I used to eat like twice this amount of rice, and this amount of rice is plenty. Now that I eat like this is all my body needs. America is so effed up with portion control. It's ridiculous. So, and even when you're going out to eat, so you know, okay, well, a chicken breast is probably going to be 1 or 2 reds. A baked potato, probably going to be 2 of my yellows because they're big baked potatoes normally at restaurants. And then my veggies. So do you want to order a salad, get extra veggies? Did you save your yellows for dinner? Are you having a drink with dinner? Did you save your yellows? So, you know, it requires a little bit of planning, but as far as like meal prep, it doesn't require that much extra work. I do recommend meal prepping because it makes life easier. And if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So truly for busy moms and people on the go, that meal planning is key. And that brings me to my next tip for the 21-day fix meal plan, and that is Fix8. Effing love this book. I am not a cookbook person, and yes, I swear like a sailor, and I bleep myself. So yeah, sorry, that's me. But we have anything we've tried from this, I love. I've loved it. And you can tell that she meal preps with it because like she'll have, let me get to something here. All right. So we have oven fried chicken and protein waffles. Like seriously, this is clean eating. And it even tells you how many containers is in the meal, which is really nice. But so this chicken recipe is also the chicken recipe that she uses in her chicken parm. And in the chicken parm, we have the noodles, which are actually zoodles. Zucchini noodles. Amazing carb-free dinner again. My husband works till 6. So it's either we're cheating or we're having a carb-free dinner. And yes, we do have some, but I try to keep them better carbs like sweet potatoes or, you know, quinoa or whole grain. You know, for sure, I try to make sure that they're not cheating, even when I'm not following the 21-day fix. That's what I love about it. I'm always conscious about it. Once you get it, you get it. And it really helps. And you see everything by colors. And it really helps. So she makes her grandma's tomato sauce, and the grandma's tomato sauce is used in the chicken parmesan. It's used in the spaghetti and meatballs. It's used in the lasagna. There's stuff that's used in the, what else does she use twice? There's little like pizza in here. So that the categories of the Fix8, and if you want to sample a couple recipes, I'm happy to send them to you, or I'm happy to post them in the group. So if, you know, you guys are thinking about getting the Fix8 book, I'm happy to share a couple recipes for you to try. And even see how they're, laid out with the picture and everything before you buy it, because I'm that confident. Like, I just love it so much. So if you don't have the 21-day fix, you can get Fix 8 plus the 21-day fix containers for $35. So if you have a different program, if you have Size or you have PiYo and you're listening to this like, man, I need to get me some of that, right? You can order the containers and the Fix 8 book for $35, which is nice because if you already have workouts, you don't exactly need, the 21-day fix workouts are amazing too. So, if that's something that you guys want, great, but I'm super cheap and I'm always looking for ways to save people money. So this is nice that you can get the containers and the Fix 8 book for just $35. That's less than going out to dinner once for your family, and you'll be able to use it forever. So there are soups, salads, sauce, condiments, dressings, breakfast, lunch, dinner, sides, snacks, desserts, Shakeology, skinny cocktails, and that's it. So those are the categories. So it does have treats in here, sweets. The sweet potato chips, really good. We made zucchini chips. They have the skinny cocktails in there, different Shakeology recipes, which if you guys are tired of your Shakeology recipes, just post in the group. We have tons, and they also come with some. Oh, and Chelsea, to answer your question earlier, yes, I have cafe latte in a big bag, so I can just put like individual baggies and send you a couple. That's right. Yeah, I can.
Oh, good. I was like being quiet this whole time because I didn't think you could hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, you don't have to do that. I was just.
No, it's okay. I'm actually doing it. I'm going to go to the post office tomorrow because I'm mailing out 3 to April Bigley. So,
oh, nice.
She wanted to try it too. So I was going to send out her 3 in the mail. So what I do is I just individually scoop like 3 different baggies. It doesn't have the ingredients list, but you can look that up. You can Google it, or I can send you a picture of the back of mine. There's no extra caffeine in the cafe latte because they use the flour and the fruit from the plant for the cafe latte. So there's not even any extra caffeine, which is
okay.
But you don't need it because I
know. I feel like now that I've like cut out my coffee and I've been drinking my shakes more, I'm getting like caffeine headaches like every day.
Do you cut out your coffee because it's a health thing, or you're?
No, I just haven't, because in the mornings I've just been drinking my shake and like I take my water and I don't want to have like 3 beverages to take to work. I only have
3 beverages everywhere, I guess.
Yeah. My friends like Eileen and Santa and I work together, and she's like, oh, you and all your beverages. I'm like, I know. So I just been trying to cut it out, but
with my broken neck, when I wasn't allowed to like carry my purse, I would be like, here, somebody carry my purse, and they're like, whoa, what's in here? I'm like, my water bottle, my shake, and I have to carry my coffee, and they're like. And then sometimes I even take a kombucha. So sometimes it's like 4 beverages. And Mark, one day he was like, I love you because you have so many beverages. So like,
that's peeing all the time. And I can't pee. Like being a teacher, you can't pee all the time.
That would be the worst for me. I would probably like wear Depends.
Watch my kids. I have to pee.
The best thing about potty training a toddler is finally there's a justification for the fact that I have to pee like every hour. Yeah. I'm like, Elsie, do you have to potty? She's like, no. I'm like, well, mommy's going to go. I'm just like, okay. Love it. So I know that you've had this for a little while and you didn't really get it. So did this like help?
Definitely.
This was very helpful.
Yes. And I'm more of like a recipe type of person, like especially for dinner and stuff. So like I think was the big hold up for me. Like I wasn't really sure how that fit into all the containers and everything. Like making dinners and things like that. And so
what you can even make your thing like, so if you're making spaghetti and you're making it with actual pasta instead of spaghetti squash or zucchini noodles, which I
like the zucchini noodles.
They're very good. And then, so sometimes with my grains and stuff like that, I don't measure because I'm like, well, if you're going to go over, you're going to go over on grains, and that's really fine. And if people ask me, I have had a couple people that are like, I'm still hungry after all my containers. What extra containers can I have? You can have extra greens, and I would say extra red. So, if you need to have an extra shake, yes, it is totally safe to have 2 shakes a day. Just be careful doing that too often because you only get a bag of 30 a month. So you don't want to run out. Like if you do
Yeah.
2 shakes for a week and then you're like, no, no more shakes. Please. So I'm going to go through a couple of these sweets here. See what we're working with from the Fix8.
I know, because I'm a big, like, let's have dessert after dinner. Like, I haven't been having that. It's like, so.
A couple little things that are not in the Fix8 book that I like if you have a sweet tooth or just need a quick fix is you can get reduced. Now, these are not 100% clean, but like I tell people, you try to find better alternatives so you don't cave.
Mm-hmm.
You need to find sweets that work for you because you can't, if you crave them, now like a cleanse might help with something like that.
Yeah.
Or seriously like addicted to sugar. But if you there's nothing saying that you can't have those things because the minute you take something out, it was almost like clockwork. The minute when I was like, all right, not drinking anymore, all I could think about was drinking because it's that deprivation. Like telling your body that you cannot have something is not good. That's all you want.
Right.
So it's everything in moderation. I try to live my life by an 80-20 lifestyle, and that works for me because I do workouts on the regular. If you're active and you're doing your workouts on the regular and you're eating 80-20 clean, you're going to see results and you're going to lose weight, especially if you're doing Beachbody workouts.
Mm-hmm.
So we have almond milk panna cotta with blueberry jam and Italian meringue.
And that is ice cream in there.
So that is 1 yellow per serving, and it makes 4 servings. There's chocolate chia pudding with strawberries, and I made this. Now, I do recommend – there's the picture, sorry. When I made this, I do recommend adding a little extra stevia because when you added extra stevia, it actually tasted exactly like pudding, like exactly. And without it, it was a little like unsweetened. So stevia is the healthy option that is 21 Day Fix approved if you need to add it to like your coffee. If you drink coffee, all the coffee isn't the unhealthy part. It's all the crap that you put in there. So if you could do like almond milk and stevia, you can still have your coffee.
Yeah.
Almond milk is a cheat yellow. So you look at your cheat yellows in your 21 Day Fix book, and they are on, I might get cut off soon. So let me try to get there. There are some recipes in the back of the 21 Day Fix book. All right. So replacement goods for beverages is on page 38. That's where it goes through your cow milk, your soy milk, your almond milk, your wine, fresh fruit juices. So unsweetened almond milk, you can have 16 ounces for 1 yellow. And if you're doing 8 ounces a day in your shake, you can do that 6 days a week, and that's counted as 3 yellows for the week. So basically you're having half a cheat yellow a day if you're doing almond milk in your shake every day. So because it's 8 ounces a shake. So 2 days makes 1 yellow. So it depends on how strict you want to be. How strict you are is how strict your results are going to be. And I do think that it's great to try to be really strict for 21 days.
Yeah.
Like balls to the walls, 21 days, follow the program. And then on the week off, still be mindful of the program. And, you cheat a little bit more. You're not on one all the time, but you're still not going buck wild. Like you're still paying attention to like how many reds have I had? How many greens have I had? Because it starts to become a different way to think of your food. In a way that's
What about butter? Like, what do you put on your sweet potato? Nothing.
Oh, actually, Aldi's has coconut spread, like coconut spread butter. It's at Aldi's. Try it. That's really good. But also, so eating clean is as less processed as possible. So all those fat-free margarines, real butter.
That's what my husband always gets is real butter.
Moderation. A lot of things that I cook with now, I use like coconut oil or olive oil instead of butter.
Yeah.
So if I'm cooking, I
cook with olive oil a lot, but just topping things.
Yeah, topping things. So if you want also sweet potato, you could do a little bit of coconut oil. You could do that coconut spread. Cinnamon. Cinnamon is a free food. So I used to even sprinkle cinnamon on my coffee grounds and make cinnamon black coffee. Now I'm addicted to hazelnut, but I still drink my coffee black. So for me, like I can have a cup of coffee every day and it doesn't add anything. Coffee is free food. There's even a page in there that is free food. Himalayan salt is okay. So if you really need to salt your food or salt your cooking, Himalayan salt is clean. Regular table salt is not. And these are the kind of, like, if you have questions like this is the kind of question to ask in the group. Like, what do you guys use in place of butter? Avocado sometimes in place of butter, like not on a sweet potato. But like, I've seen things where they replace avocado or butter with avocado. So it's about trying to find healthy alternatives and then going with as close as it was originally made as possible. So like milk, honestly, skim milk, I drink almond milk. And the only time I really drink it is cereal or shakes. And the expiration is twice as long, which I love.
Yes.
But we don't do any cow's milk anymore because I only like skim milk, and that basically has nothing in it. So like if you want all the nutrients from milk, it would be whole milk. But you know what whole milk is? It's baby calf formula for them to gain weight and go from a baby calf to a giant cow in a year or two. So I don't really want to turn into a giant version of myself in a year or two, so I'm not going to drink whole milk. That's just me. Everybody's different. So there's even vegans and gluten-free options on the 21-day fix. Do you have any other questions? We have 2.5 minutes left.
My issue is, as a diabetic, even stuff like coconut milk and yogurt and even like Greek yogurt has way too much sugar in it for me.
Okay. So you would probably have to, and that's, luckily the list of reds is really long. Now, even just plain Greek yogurt, because there's not sugar in plain Greek yogurt. Not a lot.
Like sugars, I've seen on a lot of them, they're like 6, 12, 16 in a serving.
Yeah, this one's 7 grams. But that's in 1 cup. That's in 7 grams in 1 cup. So I'm sure you could do like half a cup. Like what kind of sugar? What do you have to stay under for your sugar?
Like 4 or 5 max.
Yeah, so if you wanted to do half a cup of Greek yogurt with like some, now don't mix, now that's plain. Oh, plain Greek yogurt is amazing as sour cream, if you don't know that. It tastes exactly like sour cream.
I need to try yogurt more. I don't like
Greek
it. I can't get over the smell. I can't get over the smell.
I like.
Really?
Yes. Now this one, I don't eat this one plain because it tastes like it's sour, plain. But I use it for sour cream, baked potatoes. We make a taco dip and I use it for the sour cream and nobody ever knows the difference. But like the strawberry or the vanilla Greek yogurt with a little bit of like raw cocoa nibs and some coconut flakes tastes like ice cream. And it's a protein. All
right, I'm going to try it.
Vanilla Greek yogurt, you can get the big ones at Aldi's, and then get some raw cocoa nibs and some coconut flakes from like Marshall's. TJ Maxx is where they have them pretty cheap. That's normally where I get them. And sprinkle them a little bit on, and that would be a perfect after dinner because, yeah, it's a little bit of yellow, but you don't even need the extras. But if you want to go extras, you can. But I would try to find vanilla Greek yogurt, strawberry Greek yogurt, something like that that's a sweet treat for you because that would be an amazing after dinner snack because it's not even a yellow. But reduced fat graham crackers, fat-free Cool Whip, make a little ice cream sandwich, freeze it,